What's going on, everybody? It's Real Talk with Greg. Of course, I'm Greg or whatever. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. I got my brother here.
That's right.
Class of 06, brother in arms. You know, we both in the military. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to let him come in his own way, introduce himself. Go ahead, big dog.
All right. So, y'all may not know, but my name is Kentrell Cleveland. You know, my brother Greg reached out to me, said, bro, take a look at this.
Take a look at it.
Let me see what you think. Hit me back. I told him, hey, bro, I'm going to watch it. I'm cooking right now, you know.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I'm going to check it out. He told me, when you get done, make sure you hit my line. So I beamed him up. I told him I was ready. So we thought we were going to do it yesterday.
Yeah.
But he said, no.
Yeah, too something.
We gotta sit down, though.
Yeah.
We got to sit down at the table.
Yeah.
You know, so here we are right now, and, you know, we ready.
Yeah. So, how this all stemmed was, I got a long-term friend. Shout out to Virgo D Love. She wrote a post, it's a long post, and it said, you know what? I don't remember what it said, but at the end of the post, she tagged me in it, and she said, I think you should take a look at this. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay. I'm not gonna lie to you, I dismissed it from there. Cause she sent that early in the morning. So I went on about my day. So I started getting notifications and I'm like, what's going on? Like, you know, I ain't even put up no post. What's happening? Mm-hmm. So I looked at the post and it was this guy. The guy's name is Kevin Samuels. I don't know if some of you heard about him, but he's an older guy. Mm-hmm. So when I first turned on the video, the first thing I saw, he had a nice intro. I really liked his intro or whatever. It was nice and swag, mm-hmm. Clean cut, older guy. So immediately, right then, my thought was, okay, he's an older guy. He's probably putting, you know what I'm saying, putting the game up on somebody. They just don't like what he got to hear.
Right.
So I'm just like, okay, let me listen to it. Y'all, within 3 minutes, I had to turn it off just to gain my sanity. Simply because when I first saw him, I was thinking, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, you know what I'm saying, older guy, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, like, cause me being a younger guy, when I was coming up, I looked to my OGs for guidance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Still to this day.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, okay, let me see what he got to say or whatever. But the vibes I got from him was straight like Ike Turner, R. Kelly vibes. Mm. And he looked like he was mid to late 40s. Right. And that's about the same age R. Kelly is. Right. You know what I'm saying? And like my mentality went straight to what they were saying about R. Kelly, about how he was controlling and stuff like that. So watching the video, those were the vibes I got from him. And I was really, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was disappointed. Well,
you ain't by yourself. But when you sent it to me when I started that,
yeah,
I already knew what time it was. I didn't know what the topic of the conversation was
right.
outside of what you actually just stated inside of the little thread.
Right.
But when I saw him, I was already ready. I knew I had to have my body on wrong because he was finna bring some bull crap to the table.
Yeah.
And it seemed like this is MO.
Yeah.
So if other videos come out like this, then we definitely know this is going to be a continuous trend that he's going to display.
Right. And I feel like he's kind of been at this for a while because I just kind of looked at his views real quick. He had like 200 some thousand views and like followers and stuff, and I was just like, oh, he been at this for a while.
He had to be.
Yeah. So it's like, let me see, because I took some points away from it, and I just want to say, guys like this, they don't speak for everybody.
They do not.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I really wanted to make this video, simply because I wanted to kind of clear the air, because he really has a controlling, dominant, superior mindset. He feels like he's top notch and everybody else is inferior that doesn't meet his standards.
All right, so here's a question I got for you. Is the man married? I know he was.
Well, you know, he said in the video that he's married. So I don't know if he's still married.
Well, I knew that he said that he had married a woman with a child.
Right. He contradicted himself.
Yeah, so when I looked at the hand, I ain't see a ring.
Right.
And then the way he's talking as a scorned man.
I'm going to tell you this, though. Because of his mindset, he very well could be married, but he probably doesn't wear his ring. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel like because for anybody to be in that situation and, you know what I'm saying, knowing who that guy is, for anybody to marry him and accept what he has come, they have to be a submissive person. He has to have control over them for them to even accept that.
Well, it could be that, or it could be another thing. It's all fake. It's a facade.
Hey, you doing something now, boy.
So now we could just be waiting for time to come on by and just pass by, and boom, somebody already just exposed him for what he really is.
That's true.
So time will tell.
Man, let's get into these good points. Okay, so starting off, he said, starting out, he told her that she had a problem. Hold on, wait. No, he said that her problem was that she had 2 kids. And she was in a relationship with the guy for 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
And she gave him the highest honor that a woman can give a man. She gave him children, and she didn't require him to marry her. Now, we're going to break this down in 3 parts.
All right.
The first part is he told her her problem was she had 2 kids. Now, how you feel about that?
I don't have a problem with that at all.
I don't either.
So, go ahead. I'm going to let you break yours. I'm going to break mine down.
Okay. So, my thing is, nowadays, when he first started out, mainly with this, he tried to paint a picture that the perfect woman has no kids.
Right.
So, okay. So this is my thing. I stopped in my mind. I even stopped the video and I was like, the perfect woman is only in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
Because what you like, I may not like.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So at that point right there, he lost me. I was just like, so just because she got 2 kids, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? So right then, he lost me.
So for me, he lost me soon as he started talking. I already knew he was back. But on the back end of that,
I was new to it.
I prefer a woman with kids.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. Come on with it. Come on.
So as a father of 2,
right,
a woman who has kids going to know what I incur, what I endure every single day as a parent.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when the times that I can't go out or can't go out and do this, that, and the third, or I'm going to be busy, she's going to understand. And now being a full-time father myself, I now understand what every woman goes through, whether they're married, engaged, in a relationship, or single.
Yeah.
Long as they're a mother, I definitely get a good grasp of what they're going through. And so for me getting a woman with single, with no kids, it's a shot. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against it at all.
Right.
But she definitely got to come in understanding this is my life. This right here is what I do on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
And these kiddos of mine, they're number 1. Okay. So I like to build around it. So it's kind of different for me. The older I get, the more, you know what I'm saying, in sync I get with just, not just myself, but as a woman in whole, you know.
Yeah.
So sitting out having these conversations, and so when he was like, she had 2 kids, and no. To me, that's attractive.
Right.
Especially if they're a great mother.
Okay, come on. All right. Man, look, you stole the show with that one. We can move on.
Okay.
All right, so the second part, he said that, aside from the kids, she was in a 6 to 7 year relationship with a guy. And, let me see, because I don't want to miss what I was trying to say. Okay, so right there, 6, 7 years. Right. Now, this is my take on that. When you get in a relationship with somebody, you don't think about, if we don't work out.
Right.
Because when you get in a relationship with somebody, your first thought is, we gonna last forever.
That's right.
And you're gonna plan accordingly.
That's right.
Now, circumstances happen, miscommunications, arguments, so it prolongs what really you have in store for that other person. Whether it's, you know what I'm saying, marriage, children, or whatever the case. Right. Because I know in some of my previous relationships, like, if we bad right here, I'm not gonna move past it.
Right.
We gotta fix this first before we venture on into the next, you know what I'm saying, like, part of our life. I'm not gonna marry you and, you know what I'm saying, like, we just got into it about, you know what I'm saying, especially when other people get involved in your relationship, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, physical contact with the opposite sex or an emotional contact with the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, it's not always physical. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be attracted to somebody emotionally. You can just like how they are. You know what I'm saying? You could like talking to that person. You like how they make you feel because they're so understanding.
Yes.
So it's like, my thing is, I'm not finna move past this part until we fix it.
Right.
We gotta get this. So I can't condemn her because she was in a 6 to 7 year, because it could have been a guy. It could have been her.
But yeah, you gotta think about it. Let's go back.
Come on.
She said she was younger than him.
She was.
She said he was kind of like much older than him.
Yeah.
So and they had a kid at an early age.
Yeah.
So you got to think about it. She was definitely young.
Yeah.
She's like 30.
Yeah.
Her oldest is 10.
Yeah.
He called fresh bait.
Yeah, that's what it was.
You see what I'm saying?
And see, he's the older guy talking, you know what I'm saying? So he automatically knew, and I feel like that's why he acted like that, simply because, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a guy that I know that don't like, you know what I'm saying, somebody that's younger and pretty much the first thing you think about is, okay, I can mold her to what I want her to be. You know what I'm saying? That's your first thought when you meet somebody. Like, well, how old are you? I'm 23. Because I'm 32.
I'm 33.
So if I meet a 23-year-old right now, my mind isn't the same as when I was like maybe 28, 27, 26. So if I meet a 23-year-old right now, I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just fun.
Right.
I can really... Honestly, and I know there's some 23-year-olds, and I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So some 23-year-olds' mind hasn't developed. Like, you haven't really enjoyed life. You may still be in college, still partying and stuff like that. I don't party.
You got to think about it. When you were 23, what were you doing?
I was partying. You know what I'm saying? I was doing what I wanted to do.
Right.
But see, that's not going to work right now, me being an older guy dating a younger female, because what she's doing now is what I've already did.
Right.
I don't want to go back to that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want to go out and party? Oh, let's go party. I'm good, baby. I got to work in the morning. You know what I'm saying? These knees bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These knees bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, how you feel about that?
Man, he really lost me with that one. I hated that. I just knew for a simple fact that when she stated that he was young, I mean, he was old and she was younger.
You knew what it was.
I knew what it was.
Right.
You know, her mindset wasn't where he was at that particular time.
True.
So now, let's say we fast forward time. If they were in the same spot as of today, as they were back then, maybe they could have made it. You know what I'm saying? Because now, you see what I'm saying? Even though he's much older than her, it's just kind of different. Now, I understand where the dude was coming from as, what's his name, Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin Samuels.
I kind of understand what he coming from just a little bit in regards to that, but at the same time, his delivery was off.
Very.
He acting like he's speaking for all mankind, and he's not.
He ain't.
So he definitely not speaking for me
at all.
But that gap right there, kind of, it didn't hurt her. It wasn't for her,
right.
and that's the thing that I feel like she still hasn't grasped from the whole situation. Yeah. He's harping on that, hey, y'all didn't make it. Yeah. Okay. We know you didn't make it.
The thing is, he's trying to blame her because he's trying to make it seem like it's her fault that she didn't get married. When in actuality, it wasn't, because
But here's the other thing: if they don't want to get married, they don't want to get married. You can't force nobody to marry you.
True.
You can try all you want, but if that person not ready, you're not ready. You can't blame. And it could listen. They may not. The stars and the moon and the planet may not line up enough for them to get married. It wasn't supposed to be. So, regardless of what he's saying, the right thing actually happened, that they did not get married.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And them kids came along, was a blessing to her. And she states the obvious in every single thing, but he's going to go along in the video, he's going to break down and be negative about every single thing.
He was nitpicking at every word that she couldn't get a full sentence
she couldn't.
out. He took the first 3 words she said, he was like, right there. And I'm just like, man, you like, because in the video, he shushed her so he could give his example out. But she couldn't get her example out, so he could. Yeah, I wasn't with that one.
Yeah.
So he said she gave him children and she didn't require him to marry her. Now you just said that right there. You were saying you prefer a woman with children simply because she understands the strain, the time it consumes, the sacrifices when it comes to children.
Right.
Now, I know a bunch of times I meet females and the first thing they say is, well, I have children. Do you understand? Yes, I got them too. I understand. And this is my thing. So when I first meet women, the first thing I tell them, I'm like, look, I don't want to meet your kids right now.
Right.
Simply because I don't want to have a lasting impact on those children. And if we don't work out, now they're asking for me.
You see what I'm saying? That's my thing. So I don't have like 6 months, 9 months. I don't have that, but I know it's not going to be anything short. You see what I'm saying? Right. So it's definitely going to be some months added on to that. So, you know, everybody put a 90-day rule, but still out of 90 days, you still may not meet them.
True.
It has to be on how our bond, how our connection. What are we?
Right.
Where are we going? I mean, and we got an entanglement, we mingling, dingling, or whatever the case may be, then of course not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if we really trying to make this work, we really got to see where we're at.
Right.
And so I definitely understand. I love the fact that what she stated about her kids, you know.
Yeah.
And then as a parent, you have to understand. See, this is the thing. He was speaking in terms of He's not a parent.
Right.
So he was like, okay, well, if we get married, would I be able to spank your kids? You see what I'm saying?
Man, just hold that thought, because that's the point too. Okay. So the next thing he said, she said she thinks guys want a female that looks good on their arm. And he said, yes, we do. I'm gonna let you take that one.
Okay, so now I guess we're trying to see what stature of man she's looking for, or what stature of man she's talking to or talking about. For me, it looks good. Don't get me wrong. True. It feels good to have a pretty little thing on your arm.
Yes, it do.
But what if she done? What if she ain't got nothing going on for herself at all? Well, she can't bring it to the table. She horrible with the kids. What's that gonna do?
Right.
Well, I'm footing the bill on everything, and I'm sitting here looking through. Now I'm stressed out. Now I'm not happy.
Yeah.
And that's all because of her. Right. But she is ecstatic because she got everything she wanted and needed. But now I just got a pretty face. You see what I'm saying?
Just got a pretty face and nice body.
That's it.
And my thing is, and I go into every, like, whenever I date somebody, I'm always breaking things down. So the first thing I think about is, you know what I'm saying, like you just said, what do you bring to the table? Because if like you said, if you front the bills and stuff like that or whatever the case, let's say I'm doing that too. Mm-hmm. But I'm thinking about what if I go down? Sick, you know what I'm saying? What if I lose my job? Mm-hmm. I need you to be able to step up until I can get back on my feet.
That's right.
And then you can, all right, baby, go, you know what I'm saying? Get back in the background. Mm-hmm. Let me take it.
Right.
So it's just the way I look at it. Like I said, I'm speaking for me. I'm not speaking for all men.
Right.
But I do know some guys of like minds. Mm-hmm. So the way I see it is, and I said it at the beginning, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
If you look good on my arm, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, and everything, if you look good to me, hey y'all, this me right here
this
on my
own.
Yeah, this my baby. You know what I'm saying? You may not like this, may not be your cup of tea right here, but this my Henny straight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that. He really. Cause he was like, yeah, and then he asked her, cause you could tell he was dissecting her. He was like, well, how tall are you? Right. I think she said like 5'6" or something. I remember he said
she was around about that. I think like anywhere between 5'3".
I know she wasn't that tall. Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't that tall. I think she said she weighed like about
115. 115. She was 115 pounds. So right there in your mind, you know what I'm saying, you thinking of he was thinking of domination. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I would take you out, and he was doing I blow your back out. I'm just like, bro, like now you just
that has nothing to do with the conversation at all.
You know what I'm saying? Like he with that one, he didn't just go left. He went out the ballpark.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, what does that have to do with what you talking about?
But see, that's the bait that he threw out there, and she bit it.
Yeah, she bit hard on that.
You see what I'm saying?
She got the hook on that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let me see. So okay, now right here, men control access to a relationship. Women control access to sex. Now, right here, I really didn't know how to really take this. When he first said that, the first thing I thought about was James Brown. You know what I'm saying?
It was a man's world.
This is a man's world. But hold on now. In that same instance, when I heard that, I thought about Beyonce. Who run the world? Girls.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of on the fence about that one because true enough, this is a man's world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But female got a lot of stock in it.
Okay, so here's the thing. So as we've been taught, we're not gonna say this is the actuality of things, but this is what we've been programmed to think. That men just running. But we can do that in the physical.
Okay, come on, somebody.
At the same time, you can be as strong as you want to be.
Right.
But a woman gonna be mentally stronger than a man any given day.
I agree with that.
Emotionally stronger than a man any given day. Okay. Just because they may break down that time, only reason they doing that because they showing vulnerability.
Okay.
And so a real man is gonna be able to accept that vulnerability and not be able to use it against her. And so that's the only thing he's doing right there. That's the only thing he speaks of. When you saying that, oh yeah, he trying to be dominating and doing it, he see what he got in store. He know. I'm telling you, the man has been hurt so bad. He has no other way but to be this kind of way.
Yeah. And see, so that was how I took it. You know what I'm saying? Like how I broke it down. But then I stopped. I was like, well, how is he breaking it down? He automatically thinks men are the superior and all females should just fall in line.
I don't agree with it though.
I don't agree with it either, but the way he was coming off, I knew right then, I was like, this is your whole MO. Like the way he was trying to, like I said, from the beginning, because he's fake. That, you know what I'm saying? I believe in my heart that he doesn't act like this on a regular basis. It's all facade for the camera.
All right, so check this out. You know when we went to basic training?
Right.
You know how them drills so acting when we first got there?
True. And then at the end, they was totally different.
You were like, oh, he cool, I don't know what.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So I get that from him.
Yeah.
And I hope that's the case.
Honestly, I feel like this is what I feel.
Go ahead.
I feel like he's not really like this, but I feel like when he knows he can get that kind of reaction from somebody, that's when he turns into. That's when he turns it on. But a real like he ain't gonna go to South Jackson and do that.
But so you gotta think about it. He's been doing all these so-called, I guess you want to call it seminars or whatever. Why he ain't posted other additional videos? You just don't get nowhere and get 200,000 views off a video. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he hasn't been doing this. He got to have a fan base. What are other videos at? I'm just curious about this.
And see, that's another thing people was saying about R. Kelly. It's like he didn't just start doing this; he perfected his craft. He knows what to do, where to be, what audience he's gonna attract or whatever. And I don't want to keep harping on R. Kelly, but like that's the vibe I got from him. Like, they one and the same,
right?
But on the controlling issue or whatever.
Right.
So I just feel like he's perfected his craft. He knows what to say to get a reaction out of some people. But the thing about it is, as a man, you got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. We've all been taught that. But it's one thing for somebody to tell you, you got to apply it in some kind of way. That Negro can't say nothing to me about, what he was talking about. I was like, oh man, like, you got to go ahead with that simply because I was raised in a 2-parent home. You know what I'm saying? And then, not only that, right next door, my aunt, uncle, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were, together. And my dad and my uncle, they ran the household. They were the breadwinners. They took care of home. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't treat my uncle didn't treat my aunt any kind of way. My dad didn't treat my mom any kind of way or whatever. So that's where my values come from. I saw how they took care of everything.
But see, I'm a double down on that.
Okay.
I came from a 2-parent household, but that was my stepdad. That was my actual dad.
Right.
My mother is a mother of 2.
Right.
The same thing she's talking about. I lived it. I experienced that firsthand.
Right.
Nobody knows that that's my stepdad.
Right.
Because the way that he treat my sister and I.
Right.
The love, the hard work and dedication that he put that blueprint.
Yeah.
And now that's what I follow.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand. Like I couldn't grab hold to nothing that he was saying
at all.
It was just like it was slime. I couldn't grab hold to it at all.
And that goes into the second part. He said being a stepfather is a horrible experience. Now, we're going to slash right there. He brought up discipline, and then he also said making babies outside of a marriage stems consequences, and he said men don't want those problems.
Ooh, okay, so we're gonna start from the front. Just start it.
I'm going to start because this hit home with me. So, my oldest, Ariana, she's, her mom's from Pelahatchie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, her mom married. She married a guy, so she has a stepdad.
Okay.
Now, when she first got married, shout out to Jimmy if you are watching this or whatever. So, when she first married, all my homeboys like, man, how you feel about it, whatever. And I told them, I said, I don't feel no type of way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I never had no conversation with him. I never had no sit down about, let's, look, these are the rules and regulations. Take care of my daughter. I never say anything about him. To him about that.
Right.
Why, Greg? Good question. I'm glad you asked. So the reason I never say anything to him simply because I know her mom. I know she would never go get a guy that would put her in a position to where my daughter would get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So there's no point in me talking about it. Like I trust her judgment. You know what I'm saying? And so from then on, like when I see him, we speak, we friends on Facebook, we comment on each other's posts. Like he posts pictures of, Ariana, things like that. Like that's what a man's supposed to do. You're supposed to step up simply because you can't be in a relationship with the mother and not have a relationship with the child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, when he said that, I automatically was like, now I'm not married. I don't have a stepchild or anything like that. But I've dated other women with children. And the first thing I thought about was, I'm not going to mistreat those kids or whatever. Like if I want to talk to her, I have to accept those kids.
You got to.
You know what I'm saying? It's a package deal. You can't take one without the other.
And I'm be honest with you, bro. A real man you wouldn't want it. You would not want the mother without the child.
Right.
I mean, that makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if that's what you saying you want, if you just want the mother and don't want the child, what if you have some kids?
Yeah.
And now what she do your kids like that?
Right.
What if y'all stop talking and then go on that? Now you're gonna be like, oh, she an unfit mother, but you weren't saying that when she didn't do that with her other kid. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I mean, you have to do that, but generation change.
It does.
And then I need new breed of individual. Yeah. But the older you get, man, I'm telling you, like 10 years ago, we probably won't be talking like this.
No, not 10 years ago. Not 10 years
these life experience that we had, we won't be talking like this.
Yeah, that's true. Because see, now 10 years ago, just like you said, I was 22. So I might have indulged in what he's saying simply because I didn't know any better.
That's right.
Yeah.
But when you know better,
you show better. Man, look. So then now he talked about discipline. Now, this is big for me.
Yeah.
Simply because the way I was brought up and the way my mom, dad, aunt, everybody that had a part in raising me, the way they disciplined me.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, okay, the way they disciplined me, the way I turned out now, it ain't bad. Listen. So I'm gonna carry that over to my kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he said something about what if he want to spank her children? First thing she said was, oh, my kids don't get spankings. Mm-hmm. So if you dating somebody, that's one thing you got to think about is discipline. That's something you got to talk about. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So what you can do is you got two options. Either you can come to some kind of, you know what I'm saying, like, well, the child needs to get disciplined because they disrespected me. Right. So you need to form some kind of disciplinary action. Mm-hmm. Or two, get out, don't even continue the situation.
Oh yeah. So it got to be a format right there where you can compromise.
Right.
If you can't compromise with it, I've learned over time in relationship, you're going to have to give. You're going to have to give. You're going to have to give. You're going to have to come up with something. Yeah. You can't be stubborn in the whole relationship.
Can't.
You just can't. So you're going to have to compromise. You're going to have to sit down and compromise. Hey, my kids do not get spankings. They don't get whoopings. The disciplinary action like that, that's not what we do here. Right. Okay. So now, if this is the one that I want to be with, am I really going to let her saying, well, my child can't get a spanking, ruin something great that we got going on here? Mm-hmm. Am I going to be that selfish and say, you know what? If he got out of line, I can't spank. Okay, well, what can we do?
Right.
Because see, what this right here is doing, y'all are helping each other grow. You see what I'm saying? So if she said, well, we don't do that here, you say, well, I do this my way. Okay, well, maybe she can understand where you coming from. You understand where she coming from. Y'all meet in the middle. Build on that relationship. She's gonna fall more in love with you when you more than willing to compromise instead of saying, "Oh, I'm the dog in this relationship right here, and it's gonna be my way or the highway." Yeah,
that's definitely something you have to. That's something because if you don't lay down that blueprint, like you said, that law, you gonna have perfect example.
Right.
So I was talking to this one female. She had a younger son or whatever. Now she did spank him. She did discipline him. But the thing about it was, I felt like it wasn't really, I'm not going to say enough, but it's like she let too much go on before she got to the discipline.
Gotcha.
So it would be certain little things that he would do, and she'd be like, stop, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. It was too many stops before it was action.
Gotcha.
So it's like my thing is now I have to pull it back and I have to look, okay, let's incorporate my children, you know what I'm saying, into this situation. My kids know I ain't got too many stops in me.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I got maybe, depending on where my mindset is, I got maybe 2 or 3 stops in me.
We about the same.
Yeah, before I have to, react. And it depends on the disrespect level. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the age of the child. There's so many variables in there or whatever. So, but once I get to the point, like, hey, I said stop and I got to stand up. Now it's disciplinary time.
My voice typically, when I put that beer white on and I tell them sit down and I get loud like that, they tend to look at that mean business. Right. It's a joking matter. My kids know I love to have fun. I understand. Right. But they know when I say sit down and stop doing what they're doing, if I have to raise my voice to a certain level, they know next time I'm going to go get Mr. Brian. Right. But I understand where you're coming from when you say that. So it's tough.
It really is.
It's a tough variable to go by inside that whole this whole situation. I just don't know if he understands it because And he said he married someone with a child.
Yeah, he married
but he never said that he disciplined them. He never said that.
That's why I feel like everything he was saying was so, like, he told her to stop being vague, but I'm like, my dude, you really being vague yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're really contradicting yourself, because it's like, now, I did feel him when he said, you know, I can't discipline my kids, and you know what I'm saying, like, when it comes to your kids, it's something else, because that's what I was coming. That's what I kept bumping heads with. I'm like, my kids know what to do around me. Of course, they'll try you know what I'm saying, every now and again. But
the kids,
they know what to do, when to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I discipline my child for doing something, and then your child comes in and does that, they gonna look at me like, you gonna handle that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm a hypocrite.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's actually that little rift in the family is gonna come right there.
Yes.
So I understood where he was coming from. Then he was like, okay, well, if we have a child together, I can discipline our child, or I can't discipline our child. Yeah. But here's the thing: he's acting like you just threw somebody in there and just had a doggone baby and got married off the spot.
You knew about that child way before he even got to it. So the plan should already been formulated for that child. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now the new one is coming in. We gotta, honestly, I feel like at that point, whatever plan they got formulated for that child, the other child need to fall in line with that plan. It can't be two different plans.
It can't be.
It can't be two different plans. So yeah, that's how I feel about that one. Now, he also said making babies, he was talking to the female, he was like, making babies outside of marriage stems consequences, and he said men don't want those problems.
All right, can I start this right here? Ahead. Now, I'm gonna say something off the wall kind of crazy.
Let me hear.
Every man ain't gonna agree with me.
Okay.
But I'm gonna spit from you real though.
Man, look, this real talk with Greg right here, real talk, and then you speaking from you. So go ahead, man.
So, man, a lot of times, I'm gonna put like this. For me, when I had my two, I wanted my two. Now, we wasn't married now. Right. You know. Now, my son mother, we got married along the way. You know what I'm saying? But prior to making him, we were just engaged. You know. A man typically wants, you know, if the woman he's with, he gonna want to try to make that baby. Right. And even though he done sat down and thought about everything that went along with the process after, what's gonna come along with it, we don't care about all that. Okay. I mean, now, I don't know about you. You made your kid. Did you sit there and you thought about, man, we don't make it, man. I don't know how crazy she gonna be.
You never really think about that.
You see what I'm saying? Like, all them other variables out there, man, you want the child. Like, it's a certain point in your life where you want kids. You be with a woman, or for a female, be with a man they feel like they're gonna be with forever. We're naive, but sometimes it does work out that way. Yep. You want a child with that individual. You just don't want kids. You want a child with that individual.
And that's what I said at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get with somebody, you don't think of, oh, if we break up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna do this because we may break up in a couple of years. When you get with that person, you start planning like, okay, I'm gonna have a baby by her. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna move into this nice big house. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think, like, nobody thinks about worst case scenario until the problem starts. Right. Then it's, man, I don't know if I need to have this baby by an old girl. You know what I'm saying? That's if you haven't already had one. Right. You know what I'm saying? So for him to say that men don't want those problems, nobody wants drama. Right. None. But it's like, you can't sit here and pick the cards that life deals you.
Man, I just saw this. My cousin sent me a video today. Okay. On Instagram. And the dude that was talking had a blueprint he was holding up. And he was ripping it up. And he was like, how you feel when God laughs at you and just rips your blueprint up in front of you? And then he was like, you've been crying and begging God to put it back together and everything you going through. But he's like, he's ripping all this up into confetti just so he can lead you and celebrate you in your path of success. Bro, when it hit home right there when he was talking. Yeah, that's... And the crazy thing about it, my cousin said it to me, I already knew we were going to have this conversation. Right. So I knew this was going to come up. Right. There wasn't nobody but him right there. Yeah. See, I needed that right there. Yeah. But see, a lot of folks don't understand, but I mean, I've been down roads that I travel that things didn't go as planned. I had a blueprint. Right. He's talking about a blueprint. Yeah. But he's got this perfect life paying out for every woman in every situation, and it's not like that. And what got me is that he feels that every man
has his own blueprint set up that he goes by. But just like you said, like through life, I went down some roads that nobody else might have went down, but I came out, you know what I'm saying, like on the other end, I may have had some scrapes and stuff, but I mean, I learned from my mistakes or whatever. And I just feel like this is my, you know, and we about to wrap the video up. So this is what I want to say to everybody out there that's watching. Don't judge anybody based off of their transgressions or their mistakes, because you went through something yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you was going through your trials and tribulations, whatever, you didn't want nobody poking fun at you and talking about you or looking down on you. So why would you do that to somebody else? We all have a storm to go through. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's what I do. Like when I meet, you know what I'm saying, new people and they tell me, oh, well, I don't want to tell you that. Look, I don't judge nobody.
Right.
Simply because, you know what I'm saying, like, the storm you going through, I could have been through, so I can help you through that.
Man, listen, if I sat on here and just confess about the storm that I went through,
man, look,
bro, but everybody,
we'll be here all day.
Listen, if somebody, but I can't get mad if somebody else judge me if I'm judging somebody.
Right. But see, that's just the thing about this is people they're short sighted, because you know what I'm saying, like you may meet, you know what I'm saying, somebody later on, and first thing that comes up, well, do you have kids? And you know, you like, yeah, I got 2 kids. The female may look right there and stop. Oh, you got 2 kids and you ain't married. You know what I'm saying?
It's something. You know, it's always something.
It's always something.
You get that. Oh well, if you this kind of guy, then why it didn't work? Or why are you single? Like, I mean, you got to think about it. Everybody got to understand it's different variables in every equation.
Yeah.
So
get to know the person to see why, hear their story. And this is the thing about it. I can meet somebody and I can tell them anything to make myself look good.
Right.
But once somebody gets to know me, and they put how they know me with the story, if they don't line up, that's how you know somebody lying.
Right.
But people don't sit there and take the time out to get to know the person to learn the story.
Because we want it right now.
Yeah. Everybody lives in a moment.
Yeah, we want that hot pocket. We want that, put that in the microwave real quick and eat. Nobody want to sit down, prep the food.
They don't want to do none of that.
Let that food bake, fry, whatever the case may be, and then get it out and serve it.
Yeah.
They just want something hot and ready like Little Caesar.
Man, look, and the thing about it is, once you, just like you said, once you start to get older, you will see that something, and my mama tell me this all the time, if it comes quick, it'll leave quick.
Ooh, fast.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah.
Ooh, fast.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, people don't want to sit and wait. They don't want to build up. Because see, the thing about it is, if you pray for something, you do what you're supposed to do to get it and keep it, it'll last longer. And you'll appreciate it better.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially with trial and tribulation and get what you asked for.
Right.
Oh man, bro, listen, you gonna praise him every single day.
Every single day.
So I mean, bro, you hit the nail on the head with them.
Yeah. Man, that's it, big dog. I want to thank everybody for watching. I hope you got something from this or whatever. I hope we kind of cleared up what he was saying.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, share. Holla at you later.